Hello, movie nerds, and welcome back to Cinematic Sarcastic, the podcast that talks all things movies and television. I'm Natalie, and I'm your host. On today's episode, we are going to talk about Gone in the Night. This is a new movie that just released starring Winona Ryder. I just finished watching it, and I'm not even sure I can give like a review for Gone in the Night. This is the most random, I'm not sure. The best way that I can maybe describe Gone in the Night would be the phrase, missed it by that much. It had like a very interesting story concept. Winona Ryder and her boyfriend Max, who is younger than her in the film, end up renting this cabin. This is the premise of the movie. And when they get there, there's already a couple there. She ends up thinking that her boyfriend and this girl from this other couple have like absconded in the middle of the night, and that he's just left her for this much younger girl. And then there are several twists in this movie that I honestly will say are very impressive. As far as I was not expecting that. That was a very unique way of twisting it. But this movie, I feel like, really just kind of came right to the edge of being decent or being good, being a genuinely good, interesting sort of, I would consider this maybe like a thriller is the best way I could say. But it fails only in that it is rather slow paced. So the last 15 to 20 minutes of the movie is where you get all the cool, interesting stuff. But it wasn't so boring that I turned it off and went and watched something else. There was always some sort of undercurrent where I felt like I was missing something if I turned it off. But then once the movie was over, I was somehow expecting it to have been more, if that makes sense. It was very interesting to watch. I don't regret watching it at all, but it just had this because it is sort of set in modern times, it's something that you would imagine was happening right now. The sequence of events are just not believable in any realistic capacity. So it makes it kind of difficult to take them seriously in some scenarios. You kind of each character is almost too exaggerated a form of what their character is supposed to be. So it doesn't lend to the believability of it. It's there are certain things that happen in the movie where you're just sitting there thinking, well, that would never happen. You're not going to meet some random stranger, or at least, I don't know, in my world, I wouldn't meet a random stranger and follow them to a bar, or meet some random dude and take him with you on a stakeout. Some of the things in the movie were just so far-fetched that you're well, that takes away from sort of the credibility of it. It's almost like you're sitting there thinking that's not how any of this works. And that sort of takes away from the film. But it's such a unique one. Here's the thing. I still would recommend watching the movie, even though you might be disappointed in it at the end. It's such a unique sequence of events that take place that it's almost just worth the watch to be able to kind of see that play out, if that makes sense. It's one of the most random movies, if that's the right word for it, just random movies where I wasn't sure where it was going, and I'm not sure I know still, it was very unique. Very unique. It's an odd one to explain. But I would recommend watching it if you feel like you've got an hour and a half to kill. I would kill it watching Gone in the Night. Like, it is interesting enough that I don't think it would be a waste of time. So let me know if you have watched Gone in the Night. Subscribe if you want to join the Movie Nerd family, and I hope to see you in the next episode.